watch him come out through like camp next week, and then it's just like the Jamon Moore roles.
Because if Jamon Moore, if the switch flips with Jamon Moore, and he becomes the player that he was drafted to become on any level at all, because it's going to make people look real stupid saying that he doesn't have enough weapons in Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers, because he can be a beast. He's a big dude. What is he, like 6'4", 225, 230? He's got huge hands. He runs like a 4.35, 4.4, something like between there. Like, he's got all the tools and the tangibles, and he does play fast on the field. I mean, he was in and out of his breaks. He just doesn't touch the ball. What?
Something just so that Matt LaFleur's at the podium right now. What we said is true. It says, how everyone said Lane Taylor's a lock to start left guard. Per Matt LaFleur, head coach, said Lane Taylor has been in a competition in OTAs and training camp this whole time for his position, which is why he played tonight, and he had a good game, but so did his competition. I'm telling you, Jenkins is going to fucking start week one. Pardon my French, folks, but Jenkins is going to start week one.
But, yeah, again, and it wasn't because I'm hating on Lane Taylor. I said that he is an above-average player, and I even think that whether it be the Jets, like I said before, or even possibly like somewhere like the Cardinals that could use some offensive line help, I think he can go somewhere else that doesn't have a very good offensive line and still start and play. I just think there's better options than him for a lot cheaper money with a higher upside if you play them even and accept a few of the growing pains. Because let's face it, the growing pains you're going to get with Jenkins or Madison, I think at left guard, aren't any different than you're going to get from him at $4.5 million throughout the season. So I would rather see a guy that's going to grow and probably not have those growing pains after, let's say, week 5 or 6, and be a lot cheaper and develop into something a lot better than pay Lane Taylor $4.5 million, stymie the development of two very good potential offensive linemen, and potentially kind of ruin our season because of it. I'm sorry, I'm not. It doesn't surprise me, I guess.
We're just going off of history, and what history told us, Taylor doesn't do well against the Bears front four. And Jenkins, we've seen play against SEC talent.
He got manhandled
really
against
well.
LA, the Rams in that game too.
Has, yeah. There was 3 plays I remember offhand that he literally either got bull rushed or tossed aside. I get it. It's Aaron Donald and Sue. But still, do something to at least try and freaking protect your quarterback that already had a broken knee. Break.
Go ahead.
What'd you say? What I was going to say, I forgot to mention this earlier. Josh Jones, I'm going right along with the floors at the podium. Josh Jones has a slight injury which prevented him from playing tonight. Everyone thought, maybe he was up for a trade. Maybe he thought there was another reason why he wasn't playing. But apparently Jones wasn't playing because of an injury he had gotten recently. I don't know.
Another one of those players that was kind of like a Tony Brown, where even though they didn't have draft capital in him, I think his potential and his talent is undeniable to the point where...
Yeah, but Green and Jamerson look good tonight.
Right, but I also think Jones is such a... I think Jones is the jack of all trades, the master of none. I don't think he'll ever be a player that actually has a fixed position, but I think his talent and speed and his ability to hit is usable in a lot of these sub-packages, and let's face it, defense is a sub-package league now, and so I believe that Gutekunst did the same thing he did to Tony Brown. Dude, you're not going anywhere. I drafted you for a reason. We've got you. The coach knows what he wants to do with you. You either buy in or go sit down at home because you're not going anywhere until you can get your shit straight. Because the guy's attitude since training camp started has been completely different than previous. Am I being crazy?
No, because that's what I believe happened with Tony Brown when he went out and had that game where he had like 2 or 3 penalties of showboating and taunting. over a player after he just gotten either a pass breakup. There was one where he actually got an INT in that game, and it got negated because he ended up taunting, and it negated the whole thing. But Tony Brown got talked to by Gutekunst. If a lot of people say, "Oh, you don't know what happened behind closed doors," I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're using our best educated guess, and I'm sorry, we used our best educated guess on how Gutekunst went about of why he picked players to build this roster. And you know what? I think we nailed it, because it's been a trend that is undeniable with every player that's been signed or picked up on waivers. Has it not, Dave?
Nope, I completely agree. I just think that also Gutekunst doesn't take crap. He's not like a Ted Thompson where LaTroy Guion gets arrested 3 times and keeps him on the team.
He's a 40-some-year-old guy. He's a guy that's in our age group, essentially, with a lot of energy and a lot.
He learned from Ron Wolf, too.
Right. He's got a lot of energy and a lot to prove, because there is still a lot of naysayers that thought that other people should have been hired, like Scott Pioli or
Elliot Wolf,
or and so. It is what it is, and
we're not knocking those guys either. I mean, John Dorsey could have been another one too, because he came from Green Bay going to Kansas City, and then ended up going to Cleveland.
Got the same type of swag. Let's face it.
Right. Yep. Ron Wolf disciple, Reggie McKenzie, that got wrongfully fired in Oakland. He had the same type of stuff, and he was keeping Oakland afloat. At least not the bottom half of the league. As soon as Gruden came in, McKenzie got fired.
I liked McKenzie.
It's really
I thought he did a hell of a job there.
I think he should have come back and signed with the Packers as a executive position, because he knows his stuff. I mean, if you go John Schneider, another Ron Wolf disciple. All these guys,
same mentality and swagger about it.
Yep,
unapologetic and confident as hell.
Yeah, and they ask, why did you let Marshawn Lynch go? Then you look at him when he went to the frickin' Raiders. He didn't really do much the year after he left Seattle.
At best.
Yeah, and he's doing his own TV show. He had his own TV show. I mean, for crying out loud, he wasn't putting all his effort in football. I mean, Schneider got criticized when he was letting all these defensive players go, and then Sherman wasn't half the man he was in San Fran. We're going to find out if Earl Thomas is going to come back and look good as he is. But I
don't think Earl Thomas is done, but I think that safeties are not. It's another position where I think if you overpay it, you're stymieing the ability to have depth on defense, which is very important with nowadays, with the way the offenses are constantly moving and tiring defenses out. It's becoming an issue with money now and the way the league's going. Like we talked about earlier, it's a numbers game with this roster, which is why I believe, honestly, if the players were smart, one of the biggest things they would push for in the new CBA is an expanded active roster, and instead of having 63 and 10, so a 73-man roster, because that would be a lot better, and then you'd have to push for a bigger piece of the pie still. But I think it would be better all around for everybody and the product on the field week to week, too.
Well, you know what? All I know is we got to watch Packer football tonight. We got to watch not even Packer football, all of football. For us, it's fun because we get to watch Packer football. I mean, I'm watching a game right now with the Chargers and the Cardinals, and the Cardinals just stripped Cardale Jones of he was trying to do a little sideline run. A linebacker for the Cardinals just came up and stripped him and ran back for the touchdown. And I was just wondering, the QB, why wouldn't you just go to the ground? Why I understand you want to try and make a name for yourself, but just go to the ground. Believe me, coaches will respect that. Protect them all.
Day, man. Live to fight another day.
Well, exactly.
That being said, last word, Dave. You get the last word, and then we'll do our little round out for the show, bud. Last word.
Matt LaFleur went ahead and came out at the last thing is his post-game conference and said, making jokes about the defensive DPI challenges, the messed up timeouts, and apparently some Packers fans are in trouble. They brought foghorns into the game tonight.
Wow, foghorns.
Preseason football, folks.
Yeah, we love it. And if you haven't had enough, even though it's getting late and you got an itch that you need to scratch for debate, you want to go to NFL Addictions on Facebook.com for all your NFL debates and talk. And remember, it's not a trash talk site, excuse me. So keep it clean, keep it cordial, keep it friendly. NFL Addictions on Facebook.com for all your NFL debate. And if you're still looking for that signed memorabilia you can't quite afford, or that grill set, or that tailgating set, that team-style set that you just can't afford, the wife won't let you buy, go to Raz Addictions on Facebook.com to play their version of the raffle to win all kinds of cool prizes. Dave wins stuff all the time. What kind of stuff have you won, Dave? Again, remind people.
A couple helmets. I just won a Jerry Kramer TK helmet out of a raffle. And then also I've won a tailgating kit, which is I got a huge pop-up tent, 4 chairs, and a table with some drink holders in it. It's actually really nice. They sell for about $260 with shipping, and I ended up winning it for $30. I won the TK Jerry Kramer helmet for, let's see, I think it was $40 or $50, and it's an $800 helmet. I mean, Raz Addiction has a ton of stuff, folks.
It's definitely worth it, folks. It's authenticated. It comes with the paperwork, so you don't have to worry about it being ripped off. So everything is legit. Raz Addictions on Facebook.com. And we just want to thank everybody for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the official start of preseason and Packers football, and all the NFL fans out there, whatever team you follow. I know you're happy to see, even though it probably wasn't a lot of starters.
Pigskin is back.
Everybody loves some pigskin, like Dave said. So, and remember, follow us on Twitter at First and Goal Pod. Man, you can tell it's getting late, can't you? I can't even talk anymore. Twitter is at.
And I wish I thought you were drunk.
Yeah, except for I haven't had any beers tonight. So it's at UPJ33, at Steak and Cheese, and at First and Goal Pod for Twitter. You can follow us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Spotify are the top 3, but we are on all 11 major platforms. Search First and Goal. Look for our, First and Goal signature little thing there. And follow, subscribe, and share it. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a good night. Have a great weekend.
Have a good one, folks. Thank you for joining us tonight.
We'll be back on Tuesday night with the Ben Fennell.
Ben Fennell.
To teach us all a lot more than we can even teach you, so we'll learn stuff too. Have a great weekend, folks. Go Pack Go.
Have a good weekend. Go Pack Go.